Good morning. It's Friday. I did get my blood drawn yesterday, and I did get the results. And I'd say, on the whole, they're good. They're not perfect. So I'm just gonna do the bilirubin and enzymes because everything else is pretty much the same. Like, seriously. Looking at like my albumin and all that. I don't have platelet counts and blood cell counts because either I didn't get that test taken or the results haven't come back. But I do have a new MELD number. I was at 15. Now I'm at 16. So anybody who knows anything about liver disease might have an idea of what number went up. So I'll just read the old numbers from July. Bilirubin was 4.3. Alkaline phosphatase, which is the PBC enzyme, it's the one that measures my bile ducts and how much destruction, how much scarring there is. So that one's always going to be high. In July, it was 526. The highest normal level for that is 113, so very, very high. A lot of damage on those bile ducts. Alkaline phosphatase, that's what that was. Aspartate aminotransferase was at 275 in July. The highest normal for that is 62, very high. Alanine aminotransferase was 229. The highest number for that for the normal range is 70. So my liver enzymes were very high. I mean, I've seen them much higher on people, so that's not like what I would think of as emergency numbers, but they hadn't gone down for months, which looked bad. So I will read the results from yesterday now, and then I'll maybe give a short explanation of what I think is going on, because I'm not a doctor, and this isn't definitive, but so anyway, so yesterday, as of yesterday, my bilirubin had gone up from 4.3 to 5.8. It's a big, big jump. But I've been very, very, very stressed out about having potentially third disease on top of the other two. I've been in a really bad place. I've been really dehydrated, like even this morning, like really, really dark urine, like really dark. So I'm hoping with this news, I'll be able to, I'll calm down and I'll get back to normal. So the bilirubin has gone up. That is the bad news. There's no more bad news. The alkaline phosphatase, which is again is the PBC one measuring the destruction of the bile ducts, was 526, is 454. So that's gone down almost 100. Very good. That is extremely good. Aspartate aminotransferase was 275, is 194. Alanine aminotransferase was 229, is 146. Now, remember, alkaline phosphatase, the PBC one, the highest level is 113, and I'm at 454, so that's still alarming, but it is going down. Aspartate aminotransferase, highest is 62, I'm at 194. Alanine aminotransferase, highest is 70, I'm at 146, so that is actually getting close to normal. So, creatinine, all the other things, albumin, all the same. Nothing has changed significantly. My INR is still 1.1. It's still normal, which is good. So the only reason my MELD has gone up from 15 to 16 is because the bilirubin has increased. But even 16 is not even remotely close enough to be offered any livers. So I was in a I was really frightened and really just like angry at the thought of having overlap syndrome, at having autoimmune hepatitis on top of all this. And of course, this doesn't prove that I don't have it, because of course I can still have it. But I stopped taking the Lipitor 3 weeks ago. My liver doesn't feel as swollen when I take a deep breath, and the numbers are going down, going off the Lipitor. So just based on that, and it's only 3 weeks, so it's going to take some more time to let things, normalize. But just based on this, because only based on the numbers before they thought I had autoimmune hepatitis, so just based on this, it looks like I probably don't. Or I might not. I'm going to keep it, I'm not going to make, definitive statements, because I'm not a doctor. But in this case, I'm relieved, because a third disease attacking the liver, although celiac, it does hurt the liver, but it's not attacking the liver, it's attacking the intestines. But sort of any sort of gastro situation, because it's all so close together and connected. It seemed like it was too much. I didn't want to do it with 3 diseases. And I know that sounds weird, you can handle 2, but you can't handle 3. But when you're in this space, it makes more sense than when you're a normal person. It's just because overlap syndrome, it does affect mortality. I know that we all want to have the rainbows and we all want to say, keep hope alive, and I do. But the reality is this does hurt. This does kill people. So, having a third disease was terrifying. Probably not having it. It's like a gigantic weight has been lifted off my shoulders, and I feel so much better. And I really hope that will translate into my getting back into getting more exercise, hydrating, making the effort for the food, and getting my bilirubin back down, to get my MELD score back down. None of this is the end of the world. None of these are astronomically insane high numbers. I've seen stuff, approaching thousands for people. So, being, in the hundreds, it's a massive relief. And I'm not gonna lie. I'm really not gonna lie. It feels kind of good to face down my PCP, a nurse practitioner, and 2 different specialists. And I was the one saying, let's do the Lipitor. They were all saying it's overlap syndrome. So, although they could still be right, at least where I am right now, it feels pretty good to have been right. At least that the Lipitor is hurting me. I was at least right about that. So, I've read a lot more research on it since then, and it doesn't look like Lipitor typically, excuse me again. It doesn't look like Lipitor typically can exacerbate liver disease, but I have read little bits and pieces here and there, and it looks like in my case it does. So, and heck, it might have been part of why the bilirubin went down, so I might really need to get on another cholesterol drug, but it was causing too much inflammation. It wasn't good for me, so onward. Maybe we'll go back on those fibrates, like I said. I'm going to let myself be proud of myself for today, but I'm not going to let it make me arrogant, because, again, there's no medical degree anywhere. There's no numbers behind my name. I just got lucky. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking with me through the storm. I'll talk to you soon.